How are you today? Thank you so much for joining us. For the next few minutes, we'll be looking at the Open Heavens Daily Devotional for today, the 16th of November 2022. And our topic today says Touching God Part 3. Yesterday we looked at Touching God Part 2. Today we'll look at Touching God Part 3. Our memory verse is taken from Matthew 15 verse 28. Matthew 15 verse 28. Then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith, be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. Our Bible reading is taken from Mark 10 verse 46 to 52. Mark 10 46 to 52. And he came to Jericho, and as he went out of Jericho with his disciples and a great number of people, blind Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, sat by the highway side begging. And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me. And many charged him that he should hold his peace. But he cried the more a great deal, Thou son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus stood still and commanded him to be called. And they called the blind man, saying unto him, Be of good comfort, rise, he calleth thee. And he, casting away his garment, rose and came to Jesus. And Jesus answered and said unto him, What wilt thou that I do unto thee? The blind man said unto him, Lord, that I might receive my sight. And Jesus said unto him, Go thy way, thy faith has made thee whole. And immediately received his sight and followed Jesus in the way. Today, our Father in the Lord, yesterday we saw how we can touch God with our praise. And today, our Father in the Lord is saying we can actually touch God with our prayers. There is a prayer that heaven cannot ignore. There are prayers that even you know as you are praying is that it's flex. You're just like, Lord, I want to thank you. No, there are sometimes that, you're praying that, but there are prayers that you know that heaven has to respond on that matter. Such was a prayer that Jesus spoke about in Luke 18 verse 1 to 8. That the prayer would even touch a wicked man, the wicked judge. He did not care about man or God. But the woman's persistence was too much. He had to respond. There is a prayer that touches God. A prayer that comes from your soul. A prayer that comes from your spirit. A prayer that comes from here. A prayer that is persistent. Our Father in the Lord says that most times people pray for a while and they stop praying. They pray for a short while and that is it. He said he does not understand why, and even me too, I don't understand why. Because you don't have any other helper. I think sometimes the reason why people don't pray enough and pray through is because they have many plans. They have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E. They have many people that can help them. But you see, when God is your only option, when you go to the hospital and they say, it's malaria, it's typhoid, you don't pray. You say, what are the medicines? Am I taking injections? Am I going to place an admission? But when they tell you it is an incurable disease, we don't have the medicine, that one you will turn to God and say, Lord, this one, only you can help me. This should be our attitude at all times. It should be our attitude at all times. Because whatever you receive in the place of prayer, you do not only receive it for yourself, you receive it for your loved ones also. Our Father in the Lord says that many times when he goes to see president, he will get there on time. He will still have to wait past beyond his appointment time when they would say, okay, probably you will see him at 8:15. Sometimes he said you would have to wait. He said sometimes it's not even him going there to see the president. It's the president saying, please, I'd like to see you. Can you come to my office? And he will still have to wait until the president is ready to see him. How much more God, the president of all presidents? You pray and you're like, he has not answered you, and then you go. And you really do not need it. That's the truth. You really do not need it. In Matthew 15 verse 20 to 28, we see a woman who was crying out to God that God will heal her daughter. The disciples sent her away, but Jesus said, no, leave her. Jesus that said, leave her, turned to her and said, I cannot give the children's meal to dogs. This woman had made up her mind that today my daughter will be healed. She said, sir, I agree. You can't give the children's food to dogs. However, the crumbs that fall from the table, the dogs can eat it. That's the kind of attitude you bring to the place of prayer. That's the kind of attitude you bring to the place of prayer. Jesus was touched and healed her. Many people are still struggling with their problems because they stop praying too early. Let that not be your story. Don't stop praying too early. Get back on that midnight prayer. Get back on that morning prayer. Go and call your prayer partner that you have not prayed with in months, you've not spoken to her, or pray together in months. Call your prayer partner again and spend time in the place of prayer. And I know that as you pray, everyone will encourage you and your testimony will be great. Our key point says, if you want to touch God with your prayers, then you have to pray persistently. Persistently. Thank you so much for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you.